Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of the Cinnamon and Spice Podcast.
Okay, we ain't sweet.
Not a damn thing. I am Ak.
And I'm Nye.
Yes, and I'm tired, but
I felt that. Girl, we're gonna make it through.
No, we are. I'm excited. No, I think this is a good one. Mm-hmm. This is a good one. Yeah. I hope y'all are ready for it. Y'all have already seen the title.
Yes.
But yeah, how are you feeling about this?
I feel amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a great time for us to go ahead and at a certain point in adulthood, you have to stop looking back at what you didn't have.
Yeah.
And I feel like this episode would be a great time to like catch everybody else up to speed.
Yeah. The people who may not have done that yet or got to that conclusion yet.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I 100%
like
agree.
For the first half of my adulthood, I did spend times like, dang, well, I didn't do this or I didn't have this, and like really in that comparisons side of things where it's like, damn, like, I don't know, like, I wish I could have experienced this, or wish I could have played sports, or wish I could have done like X, Y, and Z. But then you get to a point where you have to realize, like, okay, you got to move past that. Like, you have to, like, okay, well, you might not have been able to do that prior, but what can you do now to supplement that? Yeah. So, like, for example, I would tell you, wanting to join them classes, like those actual, like, dancing classes, because, no secret, loves to dance. I could sit here and, like, which that was something that, a passion of mine that was found in middle school, but wasn't ever able to tap into. Right. So something that would be, healing to my my little child or my inner child would be able to do that as an adult, or like just follow that and see what that even looks like. I don't know.
We are just children with wallets out here. Literally. So I think now is the time to, like you said, like things that maybe you weren't able to experience or do at a young age, tap back into that childlike things that really bring out happiness. I think it's easy to place blame on our parents a lot of the time. And some people don't. Sometimes in some situations, I see the need to blame parents for things, right? Yeah. But at what age do you get past it being their fault and you taking control of your own life and changing that? Okay, your parents maybe didn't have it when you were young or whatever the case may be. You weren't able to do those experiences. Well, but you ain't nothing but a kid with a wallet now. Go do it yourself. Okay. Like if you still really enjoy those type of things and that's what brings you happiness, you can go do it without feeling bad about it either or any guilt. So I definitely understand that. I used to, outside of just like things, because I feel like in my childhood, for the most part, when it came to extracurricular activities, I was able to do pretty much any sport or whatever thing that I mentioned to my mom or my dad. It happened. Like when I briefly thought I wanted to cheer, got that done. I played soccer for years, track, majorettes. I tried basketball, was horrible at it. Flag football, just different things. Like all of that I was able to do. But I think with me more so, it's just, I blame my parents more so on like some of like the decisions I've made in life because they didn't make I didn't know that the decisions they were making weren't the best decisions until I got older. So I did have to like, especially when it like pertains to like my finances, for instance, in my younger 20s, when I was, a little younger, I was horrible with my money. And I completely blamed it on my mom. She's still horrible. No, Mom, if you're watching this, please don't be mad about this. But my mom is still kind of horrible with her money. She's gotten better, but I feel like that was something that I had blamed her for. And I was like, well, what am I blaming her for? Because I did have a parent that was good with their money, my dad. Yeah. And so I'm like, you got to kind of like get in control of your own stuff because it's not up to your parents no more. Like it's on me. So I have really, I got to learn how to budget. And I've completely, like I have been doing way better with completely turning how I spin around. Like even yesterday when we in Walmart, like we really having to catch ourselves like, girl, we do not need this. Like we got what we needed. Let's get the hell out of here. Because any other day, me and Naja won't give a damn.
I don't know what it is. It's something about hanging out with like I always spend $150. Like I don't know. It's like one day we weren't even in the same room together. I was on the phone with her and spent $40. I said, bro, you have to go. Like, you have to go.
I am that friend that's like, fuck it, do it. Okay?
Bro, I just damn.
If I feel like my friend has been, working hard and going through a lot, treat yourself. I'm all for treating yourself, because another thing with the whole just like reparenting yourself is like, again, not having guilt about spending the money you worked hard for. Like, we talked about hustle culture a couple episodes back, and I think one thing that we kind of missed in that episode, that when I was rewatching it, was we didn't really talk about how, like, a lot of people was like, oh, I'm gonna grind now. I'm gonna stay grind now so I can go hard later.
Yeah.
Okay, so when is that later exactly,
they
right?
That time,
and I think people forget to just enjoy the time and live in the now, and just, again, not feel guilt. That kind of goes back to that, cutting people off and just not feeling guilty about it. But yeah, but I had to, like, when it came to my finances, especially when my credit started getting messed up and all that stuff, I had to stop blaming my mom for that. Mm-hmm. Because
at some point, it's my fault. Making decisions.
Yeah, I'm in charge of my finances now. So why am I blaming my mother for this? Mm-hmm. I have to take control of my life. So it wasn't easy when it came to, like, really, because that's a part of accountability. Yeah, and taking accountability.
She's like, she didn't take those cards out on her name. These were my cards.
Exactly. So it's like, sometimes taking accountability can be tough, especially when it comes to your parents, because it's easy to blame them for every little thing in our life. So, yeah.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. Because, I don't know. I gotta, like, I kind of grew up, like, hearing that, like, oh, well, my mom ain't had this, my mom ain't had that. And it would be like, damn, okay, well, my mom ain't have it either. But that still didn't stop me from, like, moving past that. Yeah. Like, at some point, like, you still have to move past that threshold. Like, you can't let that always be the excuse and cause you to tuck tail. But even in the midst of that, you also can't allow, like, I feel like people don't realize, like, things that we might do as adults are, like, showing where you might need, like, some healing. Like, healing and to pour back into yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're stuck in this constant loop of, like, okay, always trying to find a way to people pleasing, like, always trying to, like, seek validations from, like, outside sources, instead of saying, like, damn, like, I'm doing this because it makes me feel good, and letting that be the reason.
Yeah, and that being enough for you.
Yeah, and that being enough. It's like, damn, well, how you feel about this? Yeah. Why are you asking for that person's opinion when realistically it doesn't matter? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, this is solely supposed to be something for you that you're doing for yourself, and you trying to figure out what they think about it. Yeah. Okay, and if they don't co-sign it, it dies there. Right. But it was something you wanted.
Right. Absolutely. I think not even... I think I had to come to that when it came to me going back to school. Mm-hmm. Because I was, for a while, I was kind of set, like, I don't want to go back to school. That's not me. But then I'd be like, well, what y'all think? Like, you think I should go back? And then everybody would give whatever opinion they would. And most people said yeah. But it wasn't until, like, I really had to sit with myself and be like,
I don't trust myself to make this decision.
I want this. Yeah. It's not for everybody else and their validation. I'm going to go through this for myself. I want that degree for myself. Like, I want my own validation. Yeah. I don't want validation from everyone else. And so, like, when that finally clicked with me, I was like, okay, like, I'm going back to school. Mm-hmm. And because of that, like, I'm excited. I'm happy I'm on it. But it's like, I'm also nervous. But I'm excited about it. But I'm happy that I'm not allowing, like,
fear to stop you from pushing through with it.
Because when I left college, when you, especially depending on how you grow up, if you don't go right off to college and finish your degree, in people's mind, you never going back. Yeah. You never get, and that's kind of just like a thing.
And they say that too. Oh, don't take no breaks, because when you take a break, you won't go back. Because the gap year
is, like, frowned upon in the Black community and in a few communities too, which is odd to me. But I'm like, okay, I'm about to be 28. I want a degree by the time I'm 30. I want a degree, period. And like, that's something that's important to me. And like I said, it's not for anyone else and anyone else's validation. It's really just for myself. But I had to realize that it doesn't matter. Like, what I knew when I first went into college at 18 and what I know now is completely different. Yeah. And so that's why I'm...
Like, your mindset is different too.
Completely. So that's why I'm more in the state to go back and do it differently, and just be happy and not care about what everybody else...
I love that. Right? Like, as of lately, I've been... It's crazy, but I told myself, okay, I'm going to get the dust off of my not-so-fit journey.
Yes.
And really, because I found myself in, like, a literal, like, self-sabotage loop. Like, things were turning out how I wanted it to, and it was going in a route where it was like, dang, like, this actually could turn into profit. This could turn into, like, big. Like, it was becoming bigger than me. Yeah. And, like, and I know it was just based off of, like, where I was at. It was like, damn, like, this for me, though? I could receive this. Like, am I accepting of this? Like, this ain't for me. Like, this is, I ain't built for this. Like, I'm not made, like, everything I was telling myself was really just, like, literally the complete opposite of the truth that was happening. Yeah. Like, for whatever reason, my brain, my brain literally could not wrap around the fact that, like, dang, this was meant for you, and, like, it's going exactly how you wanted to go. Like, something about it was like, nah, there's a thorn in this bush somewhere. Like, it was looking for any possible outing. Like, I told myself I didn't even like fitness. I said, bitch, what are you talking about? Like, I was just, like, it's
we all know that's not true.
It's just crazy. Like,
it's like saying you don't like to dance.
That's what I'm saying. And it's just crazy where your brain, like, can go if you don't check those thoughts immediately, or you're not equipped with the tools where it's like, okay, like, bro, like, pour the opposite into yourself. Because truth be told, they say, like, the first voice that you hear is like your parents.
Yeah. Your parents.
Yeah, okay, it's your parents. So like, if you morph the motivations and stuff like that, like, that is what you're supposed to hear in the background. It's like, okay, let me do a reference, I guess you could say. I was scrolling and I had seen they were talking about, like, Blue Ivy's journey and, like, just her stage performance, all of that. And one of the songs, like, you could literally hear, like, where Beyonce throws in, like, you know, like, get it, girl. Like, and it's just something about that combo. Every time I see Blue, like, on stage, she always brings me chills. She always brings me chills because it's just something about, like, that, even, like,
she's 12, by the way.
Yeah, but it reminds, like, that little kid in me, like, damn, like, whatever you want is literally limitless as long as you feel that way. Yeah. And it's proven time and time again that that's affirmed into her. So, like, it didn't even matter what the media said about this little girl. Because the people around her were pouring literally, they poured enough into her where that didn't even matter, that she was able to, like, blow the cap off that. And right. It didn't even affect it.
She hasn't even hit the tip yet. She's 12 years old, guys.
She ain't even at her peak.
And it's so funny because somebody was like, y'all see how Beyonce ended that tour right before school started?
Yeah.
Blue got to get back to school.
She got to get back.
And I love that. And I love that you mentioned that because, again, like I was saying, so many people it's so easy for so many people to just put all the blame on their parents. Like, in Blue's case, like you said, we have people who, obviously, she's getting poured into. Yeah. Everyone doesn't have that luxury, right? And so I do feel, you know, sorry for the people who may not have had that luxury of parents or people around them that poured into them. But at what point do you stop blaming? Yeah, right? Like, at what point is that no longer an excuse for you? And you pour into yourself.
Exactly. Like, you got to switch gears and be like, dang.
Like, pour into yourself. You don't need a bunch of people. And even if you do need other people to, you know, pour into you so that it gives you that extra boost, find your people. Yeah. Find your community. Find your tribe, okay?
But that's where it's one of those things where people do have to get, like, you have to work yourself up to a point where it's a lot of rebuilding, like, you have to do, like, within your self-esteem, where it's like, okay, like, you can move past that. But it's just really just don't limit yourself to just where you're at. Yeah. Like, you have to be open-minded to, like, receive something else. Yeah, think big. Yeah, like, literally. Like, the goal is at some point is for you to be able to, like, dang, okay, trust yourself, or, like, literally to trust yourself.
Trusting yourself is the biggest thing.
Yeah, becoming your own safe space instead of, like, constantly looking for that in other people or in outside folks. Like, now I be tapped in with my damn self. Like, okay, self saying, nah, that's that Mr. Brown.
Myself say, huh? No, I completely agree. I think that'll help a lot of people. I think that's hard though for people pleasers to come out of that. As a retired people pleaser,
you realize it doesn't benefit you.
Right, but I think sometimes when you're so used, and I say this because, like I said, I'm a retired people pleaser, and I have people in my life who are still people pleasers, right? And I'm low key trying to help them get out of that. Sometimes it's really hard when you've only known that way of life and that's what you're comfortable with, even if it hasn't been working or benefiting you. It's really hard to break that cycle. right?
Because that's naturally, like, with your brain, like, if you keep going down the same path, it's always going to be easier to resort back to what you know instead of trying the new path. But once you make that uncomfortable decision to
and that's where trusting yourself comes in, because essentially I feel like if you too much of a people pleaser, you don't really trust yourself too much.
Yeah.
You seeking validation from others. Why? Because why? Right? Yeah. So it's like, you got to start setting boundaries. I think, but I speak on boundaries all the time. Boundaries are like really important. And I think a lot of people lack boundaries. Even if they're small, little baby steps on setting boundaries is going to help you go a long way.
It's what keeps you safe.
Yes. And it's going to help you filter people out as well. Because when people don't respect those boundaries and they start crossing lines,
they're not your people.
Them aren't your people. So that should be able to help you, first of all, stop being a people pleaser to that person, because you trying to please that person, but they won't even respect a boundary you set, right? So trust yourself. Really hone in to be like, I feel like, and it's because of the journey I've been on recently, I've had to really lock in on trusting myself a lot. And in that, I've become comfortable with loneliness. I guess some people would call it, even though I don't really feel lonely. Like, I can be by myself, I don't feel lonely, but I just being comfortable in that state of just being me by myself. And again, not looking for validation from anyone else, no matter what it is, doing things and not telling anyone about it. Because again, I had to realize I did that a lot in my past. Like, every single thing I did.
Yeah, everybody knew about it before it got there. Yeah.
I had to stop doing that.
Like, he's something.
I had to something.
Yeah.
Something. Because going back, I think when we were talking about, outgrowing people, you have those monitoring spirits. And everybody's not a monitoring spirit. I seen somebody, and I don't know if this is because they watched our podcast, I don't know. But someone was like, everybody's not a monitoring spirit. Everybody don't care about y'all. I'm like, okay. I didn't say that. So I thought, again, and that also goes to me not taking everything personally. But it did hit, because I'm like, well, we were just talking about monitoring spirit. Everybody is not a monitoring spirit, but one when you'll feel that monitoring spirit, right? So it's like, you really got to learn to just sit with yourself and trust yourself and be okay with everybody else not knowing. Because other people get into your mess, and then other things can start to be created, and now you place some blame on them when, again, it's all on you. Yeah. Some people they live off of finding someone else to place blame on and not taking accountability. But like I said, it's always easy to revert back to your parents. Like, oh, I wasn't taught this, or oh, I didn't know this. Who cares? Yeah. You're an adult now. Life really don't come with a book. Like, you just... Even our parenting doesn't come with a book. I'm not going to blame them. Even parenting doesn't come with a book. So I've gotten to the point where, I can't even blame my parents. I've had to accept them for who they were in that moment, what was going on in that life, and just kind of, move past it, because just like life don't come with a handbook, parents, none of this shit comes with a handbook. So we all just kind of going day by day trying to figure it out. And we got to be easier on ourselves. Stop being so hard on ourselves again. But
give grace to them and to yourself as well.
Yes, give grace to yourself and to others. Take accountability, hold others accountable, but trust yourself. Yeah. And trusting yourself really should be number one. For real. For real. Because, yeah. But what would be some things that you would what would be some things you would recommend for people when it comes to, when they're maybe trying to get out of that people-pleasing situation, or trying to learn to trust themselves and get out of using everything and everybody as an excuse on why things aren't going the way they are? What are some things you would recommend, or not recommend, just some advice you would give the people? Yeah.
One thing I like doing that not a lot of people know about, I talk via audio to myself, on
memos.
Yeah, memos, and I'll literally just talk out a situation the exact same way I would as if I was gossiping. Yep. Yeah. And then I would just literally just feed in I don't know. I have, not saying I have all the answers, but you know how you're feeling in a situation. So if it literally doesn't have anything to do with other people, you shouldn't be looking for their output, but just listen back to it and seeing okay, in what areas could I have probably done better, probably done worse, or give myself grace there. journaling was big at one point in life, and
Yeah.
like for me, had everything up in there. But it also helps like keep me like sane in the sense of, you ever look back at old entries and like seeing the dates? I'm like, damn.
So me,
Like, 'cause we talking about.
yeah, I do my notes. Like I use my notes. So even like a couple of days ago, I had just scrolled to the bottom and I seen notes from like years ago where I still do it to this day. But like I'll go in my notes and I'll just reflect on experiences or times or whatever the hell is going on in my life right now, and really just put everything like what's going on through my head. How do I feel about this? You know, what do I feel like I can change? What could I have changed for it to be a different outcome or whatever the case may be? It's crazy because I'll buy a journal to just journal it, but it's just easier for me in my phone. I guess because I have my phone all the time. But I get that. Yeah. And a lot of people don't know that. So that's why I'm like, it's good that you have a thing that a lot of people don't know about, because you don't need that validation from people. So when you're sitting there talking to yourself in the phone, right?
Like,
you're on solo dates?
Yeah, like some I've been doing is like lunch solo dates with myself, and I've absolutely been loving them.
Yes.
Like literally been able to, I don't know, on my lunch break there's a like a pho place that's not too far from where I'm at.
She introduced me
and
to
I'll
it.
go there and I'll like be there for my hour of my lunch break, but I'll be able to enjoy my own presence without like influence of others or like, oh damn, like maybe I am gonna indulge in this. Although I'll take a coconut juice to go. Out of fact, like I ain't need it. It's just as good as fuck.
She loves those coconut juices. They are disgusting to me.
She needs to grow up.
Whatever she floats her boat.
You got some of them childish taste buds.
I don't know. I like other things. Just it's coconut.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Coconut is not for me.
Real
I like coconut water.
Yeah. Do you though?
I don't know. I don't think I do.
Yeah, I'm questioning that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how accurate that is.
Yeah. Anyways.
But
I gotta revisit that one.
Right. But just I don't know. Just find ways to like prioritize yourself and like your needs first, because that's something that I used to be big on. Like I'd be freaking exhausted. Like when I had just moved, and oh my gosh, I was so tired. It was funny, similar like how like you moved and your person had their birthday thing.
Yeah.
I literally like just finished moving all of that crap. And then like my
you had all that shit, baby.
Yeah, and she had like literally like she had a birthday party. She had like 4 or 5 different events, and it was just. And I was like, oh well, maybe I'll be able to like go to the same. Yeah, I had to hit her with the honestly. I'm not gonna be able to go. Yeah, no, literally, because I would have been asleep at the club, or I wouldn't have been able to give you the energy that you needed at your birthday party. Like I had to say no. I had to exercise my right to say no and not feel guilty about it.
Yes,
and I didn't.
I'm about to say, and no guilt.
I felt amazing.
And I think that's what I'm working myself up to for today, because I'm like, am I really about to drive to Greensboro? I really don't feel like yesterday, she helped me yesterday when I moved. It was a long day. Yeah. Like I didn't finally actually be able to sit down and relax until like 1:30 this morning. And then had to be back up for this. So I'm like, I would really just love to enjoy my new place for today. Like, and just rub my feet together, love on my dog, maybe drink some more wine, and, watch Wednesday, because I still haven't started that. So yeah, sometimes we got to just take that time for ourselves. Like self-care. I think we've preached self-care a lot on here. We preach therapy a lot on here too. So I'm going to always just throw that in there. Okay. Therapy is a great way, because sometimes some of these things, I do feel like I'm a strong advocate for therapy. I do feel like some people make it harder for themselves to deal with therapy, and maybe they can therapize themselves very, very small percentage. You're ready for exactly. I think that comes with a certain level of maturity and understanding and accountability. If you lie to the
therapist, she can't help you.
Oh my God. And if you're lying to yourself, exactly. Yeah. So it's like healing is different, but self-care, that's why I almost lost track of my thought. But self-care is really important, and I push that. Whatever it looks like for you. Like everybody's self-care, what Nigel does for self-care, what I do for self-care, 2 different things. But it works for us. And it helps keep us sane, because it's so easy. It is so easy to lose yourself and to fall into the smallest depression. And you won't see that stuff coming. The littlest thing can happen, and it can send you down a spiral that it literally... So it's like, and that can go with people pleasing when you worry too much about validation and what everybody else is thinking and feeling. You got to care about yourself. So even if it's just 2 hours out of one day of the week take that time, or one day out of the week, because Sundays are a great day for self-care, if you ask me. Take that time for yourself. Put your phone in another room or do not disturb or whatever the case may be, and do something that brings you joy or just like peace.
Yeah.
Like, that's important. And find comfort in those moments, because those moments is what's going to help you.
Shoot, click the link in Ox Bio for massage. That is a great self-care. Oh my gosh, when I tell y'all, if you have not experienced when you need to get in on that, like.
No, yes, like Relax Brand on Instagram, and we'll drop the tag here. Y'all can go book with me. I'm on Booksy. So yes, definitely, I'm a mobile travel service, so I bring the experience to you. And my massage business has, at first it was just like I was just pushing mobile massages, but now as it's grown over the years, when I've rebranded a million times, it's more so about giving people an experience, a luxury, like relaxed experience, so that y'all can really prioritize yourself. And I really hone in on giving, like, everyone I've ever given a massage to, 9 out of 10 of them say I'm the best massage they've ever had. So definitely book with me, guys. The link will be in the bio. It's in my bio on Relax Brand. I don't know if it's on my personal page yet, because I'm still trying to fix something that's messing up on my personal page. But yes, go book with me. Massages are a great way. And I would love to service y'all. Like, I really do enjoy seeing those bookings come on my phone. So definitely book.
For
before I go back to work.
Okay.
Have my little summer break.
You're right. But they are needed.
Yeah.
They're needed.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But you won't be burnt out.
No.
Yeah. So.
And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I've had some type of, in a way, mental burnout just because of everything that's been happening.
There's been a lot going on.
But physically and all of that, like, I've been good for the most part. Like, when you have to work and then do all this extra stuff, it can just be exhausting on all ends and having all type of burnout. But I think, like, with everything that's been going on, I've been doing really good. Like, and just keeping a sane mind, keeping my head above water. I've been close to it, but I haven't dropped into any depression. So I'm like really proud of myself. And that all goes back to because I do take time to myself. I do things that make me happy and bring me peace. I'll take days where I don't talk to anyone, and I'll watch everyone call and not call back and not respond and give no explanation, you know? So if that's what it looks,
hey, big kid.
Right.
Sorry.
2 days later, what you up to, girl?
What you doing?
And just like allowing myself to not be perfect.
And I was gonna say that's the biggest thing, like in just life in general. We were not sent here to be perfect. That is something that if you're holding yourself to the standard of perfectness, you will not reach it. So I just want to go ahead and hold your hand when I say this to you, Buki. Because there is only one person that was created perfect, and and they
crucified him.
Yeah, so.
And they talk dirty about that man.
So just make sure to give you want to make sure to give yourself the space to be yourself, to be human, because we're not always going to do what's right. Shoot, sometimes what we're calling self-care, somebody else might be calling selfish. Like, it's just one of those things where, there is a line.
Yeah.
And trying to find that balance in between the two. Like, but also remembering, like, you can't pour from an empty cup. You cannot do for others if you're not even in a position to uphold yourself.
Put yourself first, yes.
So don't burn out sitting here trying to prove a point to somebody else.
Girl,
that's crazy.
That you saying how self-care can look selfish, that's real. And we might gotta have a whole conversation, like a whole episode on that. But that is so real, because you don't even realize it until it happens really to you, and someone's mad at you for simply putting yourself. I think we had an episode where we did the Am I the Asshole? Oh, we haven't did one of those in a while.
It has been a minute.
But it was that Am I the Asshole about the girl, she was in a mental space, her friend was in a mental space.
Yeah, she told her, I can't accept this right now.
Exactly,
I
right?
Can't
and her friend was like, she was being selfish. It's like, and some of those instances, and I think we went a little bit back and forth on that, because the context needed to be made more on that. Yeah.
But it also, it's funny that you say that, because that came up in work too, where we was talking about courtesy. Because in the sales world, courtesy is dead. Like, I don't even know why we're talking about courtesy here. Yeah,
what?
But, okay. And he was like, don't be mad when the rules are set up how the rules are, and you decide to extend something to somebody, but now on their day they might be negative in the books, and now they decide they ain't got it to extend that same grace.
Yeah.
So that's what. But even with that, it's just making sure that you're doing something for the right reason. Because if you're only doing something for
the outcome,
for the chance that when it's my turn, like benefit, I need, if that was your end goal on it, and anyways, you were already losing. Yeah. So it has to be. I don't know, when you do certain things, like it's supposed to be, dang, this was for the other person. If it's for your potential return later down the line, you already lost.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. 100% agreed. We might have to come back on that one another day, because I think we could kind of go in on that. How do y'all feel though? What is some things that you're trying to relearn right now in life and reteach yourself? What are some things you would tell someone, like a people pleaser, for instance, on how to like start, putting themselves first and, getting out of that, expecting validation from everyone else? And what are some things y'all do for self-care? Because I always love knowing what certain people do, like different people do with self-care. Because it really is long. What does it look
like for you, literally?
I love seeing it. It's like a little research thing. I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. Maybe not for me, but
I wouldn't have thought of that.
I wouldn't have never thought of that. Maybe I'll try that. And then I try it and be like, yeah, that's not self-care to me. But I get why it might be self-care to you. But yeah, what are some things y'all do for self-care? I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I like this topic. I think we could come back to this and kind of expand for sure. But yeah, tell us how y'all feel in the comments. Make sure y'all are liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff, y'all. And make sure y'all are following the Instagrams, me and Nigel's, and of course the Cinnamon and Spice Podcast. Hello.
Okay.
We are here every Monday, y'all, at 7. I just lied to y'all. We are here every morning, y'all. Every Monday.
Every Monday at 6 p.m. sharp.
Eastern Standard Time. In case you're not in our time zone. So yes, make sure y'all are clicking on those bells so you get notifications. And yes, we will see y'all next week. Right, bye.